Hi everyone, really lovely to have another conversation with AD about a month after we spoke last time, and we're going to sort of just chew the cud again for another few minutes and just see what comes up. So how are you doing, AD? You all right?
Not too bad, thank you, but if I'm honest, I'm feeling quite apprehensive, I think is the right word to describe.
Yeah.
Here's my question to you. Do you think we are before or after the storm? Now, I'll tell you why I'm asking this. In preparation of today's session, I sat down to make notes, and I was thinking about having this calm before the storm. And yet, when I look at my notes here, do you know what I've written? The storm before the calm. So that made me think, where are we? Before or after? What do you think?
What an interesting question. So I've been thinking all through August, I've been working my socks off, and I've been thinking that September is going to be crazy mad. And so I think I have been almost in preparation for a storm of busyness, if you like, in September. Yeah. And it's only the 2nd of September. So I don't know what's going to kick off kind of next week. But certainly I think I've been surprised, and in fact, someone was talking about it on Twitter this morning, how quiet it's been. So I think a few of us have expected, literally like yesterday, today, there to be like a deluge of thought leaders and business people and whatever. So I think it's interesting that you pose, because maybe we've been through the storm. Maybe that's why I'm so tired, because we've been through the storm. Maybe we will have a period of reflection and rebuild. I don't know.
I'd like to think that. Because if you think about it, this has been a big storm, 8 months of everything. We've been unsettled, we've been in quarantine, in lockdown, we worried about our jobs, we worried about our loved ones getting food on the table, all that. And then it feels like it started to settle down. And I'm wondering whether we will go back into the busyness, or whether we'll come out of this thinking differently about how we want to live our lives. The people I speak to, some of them clients, some of them friends, some of them people I meet through networking, I can hear some decisions being made about how people want to live their lives, and how they had sort of a thinking space, if you like, on the back of this turbulence that we had in 2020. So I'm wondering, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this takes us. So we've got, a couple of months before the end of the year, and it will be really interesting to see, to sort of have a finger on the pulse of this September and see where it goes. Because I was the same. I thought 1st of September, boom, it will go big. But will it?
Yeah, will it? Will it? And, I think what's difficult is there's going to be a lot of people now facing going back from furlough and maybe redundancies and a huge storm. So I suppose two things are coming up for me. One is how interesting when you look back on things, that actually, because lockdown was obviously had lots of tragedy attached to it, but for many of us it was like just a time of kind of quiet, but still really busy. But because it was quiet, I thought of that as probably the calm, but maybe it wasn't. and then the other, which would be lovely actually if there is now a period of calm, and the other is maybe we're all going to face our own little storms now. So I think I've talked before about the fact that the lockdown was quite, in lots of ways, brought us together in some quite big ways. But maybe now we will all be going even more into our own individual experiences than maybe we have before. So some people will be facing major job changes that were their choice, Some will be facing major changes that are not at all their choice. Some businesses will fly now that everyone's back. Some we will lose some more. So maybe it's about helping each other through the storm, if we can carry on with the metaphor. But maybe it's about that. How do we keep ourselves on course, and how do we help each other stay on course, I suppose, maybe.
I'm smiling because I made a quick note here whilst we were talking, and as you literally said, helping each other, I was scribbling down help, which is interesting. I believe that seeing that we all might be in our individual or on our individual journeys, or in different areas of this major roller coaster, if you like, some of us will have the responsibility to help others, whereas when others will be going through some tough times. So maybe that is also something that's come out of the last 8 months, is that some of us will come out of stronger, and we have to give a helping hand to those who are facing tough times. And then the other thing I've written down, I'm reading a book by Benjamin P. Hardy. Some of you might know him. I've just started the book, but in the first pages he talks about how the past doesn't really define us, and that we can actually make decisions as to how we want to create the future and how we want to be in the future. So this conversation made me think of that maybe we just have to trust ourselves and go forward, whether it's a stormy weather or not, and trust the future and what we can do and what we want to achieve, rather than basing it too much in the past.
Yeah, and I think the same within business, isn't it? This is an opportunity, and people will know what they need to work well. I always say this. People will know what they need to work well. So, and it's likely to be different, or it's likely that maybe their frame of reference is different. So actually, maybe that's where we need to start, so that we can help each other. So in business, but also just like people like us, what do you need from me, AD? How can I help you?
Yes.
In the storm? And let's hope we can take some of that sort of connectedness, I guess.
Yes. That's a lovely thought to finish on. That actually 2 thoughts: that people will know how to be the best of themselves, and to help each other and have that connectedness. I think that gives me hope.
Yeah, and me. Wonderful. Always great to talk to you, and I'll speak to you again soon, but we'll have another conversation next month. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.